Hey, Scotty here. How you going? So, how do you get more confident in communicating? How do you become a confident communicator? That's what we're going to talk about today. This is a really important topic because it comes up all the time inside the self-confidence bootcamp. It comes up inside the group, in Facebook group, the confidence connection that we have. That people, it's one of the top things. People want to be a better communicator. They want the people skills, whether that's socially or whether that's professionally. So, what's it cost? If you can't get better at communicating and be a more confident communicator, what's it cost for you? Well, firstly, it's a cost. If you think about it, it's cost financial. There's a financial cost. There's a success cost inside your professional life. Because if you don't have the ability to confidently communicate, say if you're that person who sharing your opinion in a meeting, going for interviews, being able to build and forge strong relationships with key stakeholders within the business. If you have an inability to be able to communicate or confidently able to walk up or be in meetings and talk, express your opinion and just take action on those things, you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out on your opportunities professionally and in your career, which is going to impact your success and it's going to impact you financially. So that's number one cost. The second cost is going to be in love, right? So that's both partner in all your relationships. Okay, so it could be finding the right partner. It could be allowing you to love yourself more so you can bring people into your life. It could be your friends, right? Forging better relationships, having stronger friends, going out and meeting people, confidently be able to walk up to people and talk to them at whether it is a date or whether that is you're at an event or a function or a party or a dinner, right? Being there and be able to talk and be able to build strong relationships, being a confident communicator in that space. And that's going to cost you your love. That's going to cost you your friendships if you aren't communicating confidently. And the third one is happiness. It's going to impact your happiness, isn't it? If you're stuck inside your head a lot of the time and you're stressing, you're over worrying, you're thinking about things, you're not quite sure what to say, you're awkward about it, you're panicking when when you feel uncomfortable when there's someone around you. Like if you're feeling like this is impacting your happiness. That's the cost here. We're talking financial, we're talking love, we're talking happiness, we're talking success. It's going to impact those things. Now, if you can get past these obstacles and you can work on being a more confident communicator, and we're going to go through the 3 tips now, then you're going to be able to thrive professionally. You're going to be able to thrive in your personal life, and you're going to be free in your head, and you're going to be confidently able to walk up and talk to anyone. Build those strong relationships. That doesn't matter if it's your best friend. It doesn't matter if it's the CEO of your company, a complete stranger, someone you looked up to. It doesn't matter, right? Once you're confidently communicated, the place you want to be in where you can be yourself, confidently walk forward, say what you think, and communicate, right? That's ideal. And that way you can get the results that you want in your life. You're going to have more success, more meaning, more happiness, more fulfillment in your life. So let's dive in to the 3 tips. So if you think of it like this, the first tip, so if we draw a little triangle here, right? So the first thing is you. So what do I mean by you? Well, there's a couple things here. So for you, it's really about understanding who you are as a person. Okay, what do you stand for? What are your beliefs? What's important to you? Okay, who are you as a person? You need to get to the bottom of this. You need to spend time understanding your values, okay, the things that are most important to you, who you are as a person, okay? Because once you need to love who you are. You need to know who you are, and you need to love who you are, okay, in order for you to be confident. Once you know who you are and what you're about, then you can confidently step forward, right? So you need to know you. The other thing, so if we put, say, your values, you also need to know your stories, right? If you're going to be able to communicate with people, you need to know stories. Stories about you, stories about experiences, because that way it's easier for you to connect. You're not going to run out of things to say. So you need to literally write these stories out. So when we think about stories, you want to think of key areas like food, entertainment, work, hobbies, sport, Okay, so you think about things around food. You could talk about restaurants you've been to, food you tasted, recipes, right? Entertainment, Netflix, shows on TV, events that you've gone to. Work, you want to have lots of stories around work, lots of stories around your hobbies, around your sports. The different key areas. Travel's another one, so we'll throw travel up there as well. You know, where have you traveled? What experiences did you see in there? How did they make you feel? So how and why. You want to know the hows and the whys, what you did, how and why in all these areas. So knowing these stories in depth, have lots of them, and then you bring them down to like a 20-cent chunk, a 20-second chunk. You don't really want to have lengthy stories because you do want to make it more about them, but it's good to know that. So if someone asks you, hey, what do you do for work? You don't say, oh, I'm an accountant, right? Because if you just say, oh, I'm an accountant, and you say, what do you do? They, oh, I'm a barista. That's pretty much the end of the conversation. It's not going anywhere. They say, hey, what do? You say, I'm an accountant, I work at this firm, it's in the city, it's an amazing place, it looks over the water, I get to go out on lunch, got some amazing people there, probably be there for another year, and then I'm going to open up my own business. Hey, tell me all about your situation, what's your story? That's going to be more likely for them to open up and talk, because you're kind of opening yourself up. They're going to feel more likely to do that. Their guard's going to be down. Then that moves me on to the next one, is it's about them. When you make it about them, you want to be curious. All right, so you want to be curious, you want to learn. Ask questions. Okay, so once you do, say if they do ask you, hey, a question, and you give them one of your stories, and you say, hey, tell me your story, tell me all about it. Once they start talking, you then want to open them up. So you say, oh, how did you do that? Or why did you do that? Or what was your thought behind that? Tell me more about this. Tell me more about that. It should be you're curious, you're learning. Tell me more. You're pushing everything to them. You're getting them to open up. You do that, people love talking about themselves. They just want to feel comfortable they can trust you and talk to you. And if you're revealing little snippets of yourself and then making it more about them, and asking them questions and show that you're interested, then you're going to forge really strong relationships. You're going to be more confident when you communicate because you're getting reciprocation. You're getting this person talking to you. You're going to be amazing at talking to people because you know your stories, you're giving them snippets, and then it's all about them, right? The last one is engagement. Engagement. Okay, so what I mean by engagement is you want to be present. You want to be no phones, no distractions, get rid of all that stuff, and you want to be zeroed in on the person that's talking to you, right? You want to be listening to what they're saying, hanging on their every word. If a thought pops into your head, just let it roll by, because a lot of time we want to say that cool thing, or we want to think of that thing to say, and we have a thought, yeah, I want to say it. Just let it roll by, okay? Stay present, listen to what they have to say, and new thoughts will come back up. They ask you a question, great, you can talk. But really what you should be thinking about is listening to them, understanding them, learning from them, and ready to ask a question so you can find out more about them, okay? So know you, make it about them, stay present, stay engaged with the person that you're talking to or people that you're talking to, and that's going to ensure, it's going to put your best foot forward to get you to being a more confident communicator, okay? And then you're going to be able to get all those other things that I mentioned, right? A lot of stuff will hinge on this. Work at it bit by bit, and you will get there. That's it for this video. Take care. Chat soon.